YouTubers, and welcome back to the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, the Ohio Patriot, and for today's episode, we're going to do a tactical backpack review of the G4 Free Outdoor tactical backpack versus the Bomturn Tactical backpack. Basically, both of these bags are an alternative to a chest rig for big guys like me that can't actually fit into a normal chest rig. I was looking for something about probably a year or so ago of like, hey, how can I carry my, mags and stuff like that if something were to go down? And I ended up finding it was a different company. Like I think all these companies are basically Chinese based is what it is, if I'm not mistaken. I believe both of these companies specifically are made in China. Both these bags, I can say. And I believe the other one I got previous, I don't think it was the G4Free ones. I think it was some other company that's also based out of China. I think truthfully, they're like several different factories is what it is, like all in the same little area there that pump these out. Because when you look at them, the construction of them is very similar to each other. It's just like slight price differences. Like they're all under $20 each, obviously. Specifically, this G4Free one right here, that's blue. This was $19 when I bought it. And then this gray Bomturn Tactical one, I believe when I got this on sale like a week ago, it was like 14, I believe, 13, 14, something like that. And right now it's 17, so. But yeah, they're very interchangeable. There are slight differences though, and I want to go over those today and like which one of these I think is actually better just because of that. Because I do believe that you are definitely, if you're in the market for something like this, you want to get the quality is what it is there. And I believe that there is like a slight difference in quality control between these two bags. Obviously, the price differences, like I said, when I bought them was about $5 or so. But it's also the fact that when you have the ability to carry more or, long-term use, it's better off and stuff like that. There is obviously a difference here. Specifically, this G4Free Outdoor one. We're going to go over this in a minute here. I'll actually go over I'm going to go and pick up the Amazon link here to it. So, if anyone wants to pick this up, I'm going to show you what the actual name of it is here. And then we'll go over here. So, yeah, it's G4 Outdoor, G4Free Outdoor, Tactical Backpack, Tactical Bag Backpack, Military Sport Backpack, Shoulder Sling Backpack, Tactical Bag for Everyday Carry is what it's labeled as. Like I said, it's 19. You can get them all kinds of different colors. You can get a black one for 18. You can get this cool purple one for 19. They have camo one for 19, OD green for 19, teal for 19, very light bright pink for 19, a different kind of camo for 19, which is normally 20. And then they have these other two that are bright. They're like a brighter pink, and then like a sand desert camo one, which I don't specifically have any of those yet. I do have something similar to this one though, the OD green one, and then I obviously have a basic black one as well. I don't think this is the same company. I think it's a different company I bought those from. I wouldn't mind actually picking up one of these purple ones, just because the main reason I went with the blue coloration out here is because really, if you're going to be out and about, and you're just carrying like a bag or something like that, people are like, oh, it's just a bag or whatever, they're not going to think like, oh, it's, a bag that has like, potentially like a pistol or, a bunch of mags or something in it then. And by the way, these can be used for concealed carry. I can tell you that firsthand because I have literally carried this one outside to get my mail before with a gun in it. Obviously, there's not a gun in it right now. Just be clear on that one, YouTube. These are both empty. They have nothing in them. There's no mags. There's no firearms. There's no nothing in these. So I just want to make that one clear. So one thing I will say about these, the construction of them, specifically up here at the top, there's like a couple little sling holes, basically, where you can put like a pen or something in there. You could also potentially put a fixed blade knife in these, like a sheath, and you could actually shove the sheath in there. And I've done that before in the past. They actually work really well for that. You can pull the knife then out, and it's very, very easy to do. The other features, obviously, on this one, what I think is interesting when they consider these to be concealed carry bags, they specifically you're talking about carrying your firearm in this part of the bag right here is what it is. And of course there's this little like zipper piece right here, or I guess it's like a Velcro piece technically speaking. So I'm not sure what you would put around that, unless maybe you're trying to use like a camel bladder or something, and then you're fixing something into that one, which I don't think the other one has that. And I guess it does. So yeah, so they both have this little weird like Velcro tab thing there on there. But yeah, basically for these, you can get, if you're going to do these as a potential alternative to a chest rig, you can actually get 2 AR mags in this little pouch piece back here. And what's nice about this particular one is I realized this morning that the way that this little like hide piece thing is right here, this actually goes all the way down, and you can actually shove an entire another mag into this top part right here is what it is, which you cannot do with the other one, because I tried it in both of them earlier today, and the only way it would fit would be in this one. The only thing I would say though is we're going to do it in this one, because it basically goes all the way down and it like is hard to get back up, is if you were to put like a 9th mag in here, and specifically put in this piece right here, I would definitely have one of those little mag pull grip things with it, so I could pull it back out basically. But other than that, you could also, if you wanted to, I guess, technically, because it is a little bit like small to put an actual mag into, or I should say a rifle mag into. So alternatively, you could potentially put like a pistol mag in there with like a, it has a what do you call it, like a clipping system or whatever. Like that would be in a little like clip or something, and put that into there and stuff. But if you don't have like a little way to do something with it, I don't know if it would really work or not, or unless you'd be able to like clip something like into this somehow or something. Like I don't know, it's kind of, yeah, it would be hard for like basically if it folds down, it'd be hard for it not to fall out. Basically, is what I'm talking about right now. So you have to wear it in like a certain way. Other than that, other things here for the main internal piece here. The one thing I do like about this one over the other one is specifically in the internal part of the bag. I can open it up here. There is a little Velcro strap right there that holds. It is a pull it up right there. It's a Velcro strap that holds in like an actual like little pouch. There is what it is. And you have 2 different pouches here. You have the one that has a Velcro strap on top of it. You have another one that's just open and stuff. And basically, you can fit 2 mags in each of those places. I should say 2 rifle mags in each of those places. And then you can fit 2 more mags right in the middle of them. So you basically have a 6-pack of mags in here that are all rifle mags. And then you have 2 more in the back, and then potentially a 9th one in this little like hold thing. Which, if I was going to do that, if I was going to carry like that, my main thing would be if I wasn't being like a shit as the fan firefighter or something like that, the first mag I'm grabbing would be this one, and it would be in this little pouch right here. Alternatively, if you're not going to carry one there, it would be pop up in the back of this and then yank one of the 2 mags out of there is what it is. Before you unzip and go into the thing, there's what it is. Other than that, other nice little features on this one. You have, for some reason this is wanting to be, I think it's just the way that, yeah, okay, there it goes. Yeah, I think the problem is the way that these are shipped, they like hold down so much that they like don't want to, like they get so compressed they don't want to pop back open is what it is. But anyway, so you have 2 other pouches in this. You have a front little pouch right here that is not like super deep, it's about hand deep. You can fit a couple pistol mags in there. And then you have this other little pouch right here. And the nice thing about this one is you actually have a secondary clip here for some reason. I'm not sure what you even use that for. But then it has a little open pouch right here. And then you have 2 little Velcro, like strappy pieces right there. And those can all fit a couple mags into their areas and stuff like that. I think you can fit 3 to 4 mags in here, and then another 2 in the front pouch. So potentially you have like anywhere from 5 to 6 pistol mags in there. And like I said, this is $19 on Amazon. And then that was obviously the G4 Free Outdoor Tactical Backpack. And then we have this Bomturn Tactical Backpack that, like I said, when I got it was, I believe, 14 or 15. I think it was 14 each is what it was. And this is not, I don't think this is quite as good. And I think there's definitely a discrepancy of like I said, the quality control is what it is, and it's probably different factory and stuff like that. It has similar stuff on the side, obviously, for like little holds and whatnot for stuff. Got a similar back there to put, rifle mags or a pistol in or whatever the case be is there. Like I said, also fits 2 in there. Going into the compartment here, the difference between this one and the other one is that it just has 2 of these little like open pouches here on either end. It does not have any kind of Velcro strap or anything like that in there. This also does fit 6 more mags in it. They're all rifle mags. And then, like I said, going to the other parts of this, you have a slightly different strap or slightly different zipper pockets in the front here. You have obviously this little one right here that fits a couple mags into it. You have the one behind that fits a couple mags into it. I believe I figured out earlier this one fits one less mag into it. You can basically do 3 17-round mags into the larger pocket there, and you can do 2 12-round mags into the smaller zipper pocket is what it is there. So really it's, it's whoever wants to do whatever there is what it is. And like I said, this also has a similar little like pouch here, but it only goes down to right here, I believe is what it is. Whereas the other one goes down further is what it is on that G4Free one. And I do like that a lot more because looking at this one, if you were to put any kind of a rifle mag into this, it basically would go to right about here, and then it just hangs out right here. So unless you're using a 20-round mag, like you're not going to be able to fit it all the way in there. If you're using the standard 30-round mag, it's just going to be up top and stuff like that in the way, basically, versus the blue G4Free one. It actually goes all the way down, and you can barely pull it back out, basically. And like I said, if you're going to do that, you definitely want to have, like, a mag pull, like pull tab things on is what is there. Similar to what you put in a chest rig. Would I actually put that in there? Probably not. What I would probably do is I'd probably put another pistol mag in there that has like a little sleeve and like a clip on it, and then just have it in there for that is what it is. So, or even have that as like a little pouch for like a little trauma kit or something like that, like a tourniquet or something like that would be in there. So I'm not sure what that's actually used for. I don't think it actually says it in either one of the descriptions there. But yeah, like I said, going to the Bomturn one that we were just talking about momentarily. This one is currently on Amazon for $17 right now. And this is what I have right here. That's what I showed right there. They also have a black one that's $20. You have a camo one that's a different kind of camo for $16. They have their own version of it would be green for $17. Different kind of black one for $16. A different kind of camo for $19. Another one for $15. A red one for $20. And then a different looking like skeleton camo or something like that for $15. And this is obviously labeled as Bomturn Tactical Backpack, 1000D waterproof military backpack, laser cut CCW bags, Sling Bag Tactical satchel shoulder bag men. So I do find it interesting it does say CCW on it though. So that being said, I haven't actually tested this is actually truly waterproof or not. I don't think it is. I don't think either one of these are, if we're being honest with ourselves. It doesn't matter either way. And the reason I say they wouldn't obviously be fully waterproof is because they literally have holes in them right here and right there. Yeah, there's a hole right here and there's a hole right there. So you would never be truly waterproof if you have a little hole in your pouch. That's what it is, but it's semantics anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, like I said, they're both decent quality. Like the only real difference between those two, besides the price, and like I said, the little bit of like fabric, and then one part of there is what it is I think the clips on here, because the clip for this one, for like the little side satchel piece here is what it is. It has that kind of a look to it versus the G4Free bag here. Its clip is like obviously a little bit different there. Like they have the same kind of little like hang piece here or whatever, but specifically this one has, for some reason that clip is not wanting to pop in there. Oh, that's what it is. It's a little bit off. It's like it didn't get fully attached through or something there. Weird. Yeah, it's like two hook parts or whatever that didn't get like through. Oh, there it goes. Okay, there it's popped into place. Okay, there it works now. I didn't even notice that until now. Yeah, it's good to go now. Okay. Yeah, like I said, both under $20. They're not bad. They're not bad quality at all, dude. Like I said, I've had a different variation of one of these for over a year now, and they can fit a lot of stuff into them. They can carry a lot of stuff in them. They literally can fit 8 AR mags and multiple pistol mags in them. So, you know, if you're looking for one of these bags, like, you know, pick your poison at that point, honestly. Like I said, I'm just doing my own review here for alternative chest rigs is what it is right now. And I personally think of the two of these, the one that's a couple more dollars is probably a better price point, just because of the fact that you're getting deeper concealment, you're getting a lot better quality is what it is, it seems like, here with this one. And like I said, that extra little pouch in the back that's a lot deeper. If you need to put another mag or something in there, it can easily be hid. And just personally, from the ones I've had like this, I think they're just better quality than that $17 one. So that's just my personal opinion on it. You know, take it for what you will. It is what it is. I really don't care. I'm just giving everybody, you know, the opportunity to know, like, hey, these exist out here. They can easily be a CCW bag. They can easily be, you know, shit spam bag or something like that. If you need something for, you know, like say you're in a position right now where you need to buy a bunch of stuff and you're trying to outfit a bunch of people and stuff like that, and you can't afford chest rigs because they're, you know, too expensive or whatever. Literally less than $20 alternatives right there is what it is. You can get 5 of those potentially for under $100 if it now, dude, or right around $100 with shipping and handling and everything like that. So that's not bad at all. And the fact you can outfit, you know, potentially 5 people with a larger contingent of magazines than you would with a normal chest rig, because you're literally at +2 at that point. That's a pretty good deal, man. And I don't know many chest rigs that have space for actual pistol mags in them either. So the fact you can, I don't know what the fuck that was. That was weird. I guess the neighbor guy was banging on the wall or something. But anyway, yeah, the fact that you can outfit people, a bunch of people for cheaply, and you can give them more things is a very big deal on that one. So, but yeah, if that guy's a problem with me, he can fuck up back to his bedroom, because his bedroom is back that way. Is what it is. This would be like the shared wall for the living rooms and stuff like that. It's after 11 a.m., so, you know. Anyway, semantics, honestly. But yeah, like I said, it is, they're both pretty good bags. I was trying to find some of my other, I feel like I'm missing stuff right now for some reason. I don't know what happened to it. Like, I know I had another pistol mag. That was a 15-round mag here the other day, and now that seems to be MIA for some reason. And then there's been like 3 other things that just seem to be gone to right now. So mostly it's just random pistol mags that seem to be MIA on, is what it is. I have no idea what happened to them. So I'm sure they'll turn up at some point here. So they'll start going through stuff or whatever, who knows. They'll be in a random box or something, but I don't think they were though. I'm pretty sure that everything I had was in my totes. Or at least that I could think of. So it seems very strange that there would be like just random mags just missing right now is what it is. So I don't know. I don't think anybody's breaking into my place, because if they were, like, first off, I don't think they would be able to find the stuff is what it is, because I can't even find the shit is what it is. So I think it's probably just a situation where I'm just misplacing is what it is or something. And just don't even realize it's like right there is what it is or something. So, but anyway, it is what it is, man. I'll figure it out eventually. So, but yeah, like I said, overall, there is obviously, like when I bought these 2 things, a slight different price point. One was 19, or I think that might have been on, I think that blue bag might have been on sale for actually 17 or 18 at the time. And then, like I said, this little gray bag was on sale for about 13 or 14 is what it was. So, like there was about a $5, about a $4 to $5 difference between the 2 of them is what it is there. But, you know, if you're just looking for something like cheaper or whatever, go with the 17. If you're looking for something that's better quality, that's going to last probably longer, I would say go with the $19 bag. And, you know, everything else, just, you know, I would say truthfully go to Amazon, just look those up continuously and just keep looking them up, and see when they go on sale and just buy a bunch of them is what it is or something if you need a bunch, whatever. So, but yeah, I definitely think they're a very good alternative to, like I said, a normal chest rig that would be, you know, probably 2-3 times the price, most likely, depending on where you're getting it from, especially depending on how big you need it, obviously. Because for somebody like me, it's going to be, you know, quite a bit of money, just because I'm such a big dude is what it is. And knowing that I could easily have, you know, one of these bags as an alternative, I think it's just better is what it is. The only difference I've seen, the only thing that I would say as a drawback to the bags, though, obviously, is the way that these straps are, and depending on how you're putting it on yourself, it would chafe the neck, basically, where a chest rig may not. And with that exception, like, that's the only drawback, I believe. So, like, maybe like an extra shoulder strap or something to put on the bag or something, if you would need it or something for that reason, for, like, just running and stuff with it. But again, this is also, if these bags truly are waterproof, though, like either one of them are, and you have that bag, it would be a good way to keep your stuff as like a cache someplace is what it is. Like whether it be a hollowed out tree or some other place for that matter, you just stick it in something, and then you just have that as like a go-to grab bag, basically, if something ever does go down then. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, on that note, though, I think that's about where we're going to call it a day on that one then, because that's pretty much it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. like I said, I think both these bags are pretty good. Personally, I've fooled around with both of them for a couple of days now, and well, specifically, only had this one for about 2 days now. I think is what it was, because it came the other day is what it was. But the other one I've had for a couple of weeks now is what it is. So I've had a lot more time to fool around with that one though. As long as I can get this one specifically to actually fold open properly, because it doesn't want to stay, totally what you call it there. So I might try to put like a book or something in it at some point here in the near future and see if it'll, hold apart basically. Or like I said, maybe we can just load it up for that matter and just leave it sit and leave it sit loaded or whatever and see if it'll, naturally just like stretch into the right position that needs to be or whatever then. But yeah, they're both good bags though, I think. And, it's pretty decent quality for what it is, especially being Chinese made and things like that. So, and at that same aspect of things, I feel like these are the kind of things that you could easily have Amazon be like a made in America bag, honestly, for about that same price point. So, but anyway, other than that though, I will be back later tonight, most likely with Honda and Company. As long as he did a chat tonight, he should have done one on Sunday. I don't think he did though. At least I don't remember him doing anything then. I was awake for one. He never did send me a link for anything, so I assume he never just did one at all. Is what it was then. But it's semantics, honestly. It makes sense for him not to do one then because it was Father's Day after all. So, but yeah, there's been a lot of crazy stuff that's happened in the past few days with that whole No Kings deal and everything else now. Of course, you got the left blaming everybody else when it was their side that literally, killed a state rep and tried to off a state senator there in Minnesota. So, and apparently that Melissa Hortman story is getting even crazier now because apparently she was inside of her house with her husband. The cops were literally in a firefight with this dude, and the dude still was able to break into her home and off her and her husband then. So, yeah, just wild, wild things, dude, for sure. And very sad situation all the way around, though. And I do feel for her kids and her extended family on that one and whatnot. So, same thing with the state senator guy that got shot. I'm pretty sure he's still alive, but I'm not 100% sure on that, though. He might just have been in critical condition or something, though. But I know his wife, I believe, got shot as well in that situation. So, yeah, just sick people is what it is, dude. But again, this is exactly the reason to be armed. This is the exact reason why you don't want people to take away your gun rights is what it is. And it's very ironic that in that case, that Hortman woman, being the ex-speaker there in Minnesota, that she literally was part of red flag law legislation and other anti-gun crap. So I'm not going to sit here and say this is karma, but it is very karmatic, I guess is what I'd say, that, you do stuff to restrict other people's gun rights, and then it turns out that your own side then uses firearms against you is what it is then. So, or I guess it'd be ironic, maybe, is the better terminology on that one. But yeah, it's just, like I said, either way, it's a sad situation, and I do feel for her and her family, and, especially if this was truly over that vote to not let illegals get health care in the state of Minnesota, because that's just completely disgusting. That, well, first off, that was even had to be a vote at all, because again, you're legally not in this country, dude. Like, no, you don't get fucking health care from the taxpayer money is what it is, and the story. So yeah, it's just ridiculous is what it is. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot more of that story, honestly, especially given the fact that the guy had direct ties to current Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, and the fact that his wife apparently was also recently arrested, the guy who was the gunman in the situation, and she was arrested with, I guess, guns, ammo, and like passports and stuff, and she was also a previous employee of Tim Walz. So yeah, the story just gets crazier and crazier, it seems like. But yeah, to go back though, like I said, either one of these bags works. This is the cheaper one. The blue one's the more expensive one by a couple dollars. And like I said, it doesn't really matter which one you pick up. I don't make any money off this. If you want to pick one of these up, pick one of these up. You know, like I said, I'm just giving my opinion on what I think is better here, and I think it's obviously the G4Free Outdoor one, just because it seems to have slightly larger capacity of it when it comes to just the depth of certain spots in it and whatnot, to be able to hold things and whatnot, versus this Bomturn Tactical one does not seem to have that. So, but for the most part, they're very, very similar in construction. So, yeah, pick your poison, do what you will, and that's about it for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out, stay safe, stay vigilant, always be carrying, always be armed, because you never know when some leftist psycho is going to try and take your life or the life of your family. Later, y'all.